Stuff has happened since I last uploaded a video. Like a lot of stuff. So I got a new drawing pad. That's cool. Completely empty and blank. That probably sounded really nice on my microphone. Let's see, I hit 50 subscribers, which is just insane. Thank you guys so much, so much for joining me in making ridiculous drawing videos for you guys. And I did my very first live stream, which was a lot of fun. And everyone that joined the live stream seemed to be enjoying it, and you know, they seemed to all be doing well, and we drew something really cool. I asked for the stream chat suggestions, and they gave me all of their suggestions, and so we drew a stickman and surrounding terrain in 1 hour, which is an incredibly long time for drawing a stickman, but we were having so much fun that the stream ended up lasting about 2.5 hours. So yeah, I plan to do a stream every month now, and so if you want to join the next one, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I am doing my next stream. So yeah, but on to the topic of today's video. You guys have seen the title and probably the thumbnail. Today I will be drawing Pokemon in my style. 3 Pokemon, and the thumbnail probably already shows which ones. But I say we just go right ahead and get started. This will be the first drawing in this new book, so let's hope this goes well. So when it came to recording this video, I pretty much already knew the 3 Pokemon I wanted to draw, but it kind of came down to the design that I wanted. So as soon as I came up with this idea, So as soon as I came up with this idea, the first thing I did was go and grab a test page in one of my drawing booklets and kind of start drawing out my designs for these Pokemon. And so I started off with my personal favorite Pokemon, Mewtwo, and she's got an interesting build in terms of like her body shape and everything. She's got thin arms and larger legs, and a very weirdly shaped head and a thin body, and so I kind of tried to keep with that kind of style and whatever, but my style is more detailed than Pokemon, but it's not like real life detail, so I still tried to give her like muscles and, you know, kind of make it seem more real. So when it came to drawing her, I kept it with the thin arms and the large legs, but I drew in some muscle detailing where you could actually see the shapes of the muscles, and then I kind of changed up the shape of her head a little bit, made the horns or ears or whatever a different shape and looked sharper, and gave her some kind of abs, if you want to say that, and then you know, made her legs look a little more human-like, and overall I really think it turned out well. Yeah, I wanted to have her in a cool pose, you know, kind of her arms out like she's jumping towards the quote-unquote camera, and yeah, overall I really like the design of how she turned out, so hope you guys like it too. Enjoy the rest of Mewtwo's time-lapse. So for Charizard, I wanted to, again, he's got this kind of the same build when it comes to arms and legs as Mewtwo. He's got thin arms and really thick, long legs, and so I kind of, he's my favorite of the 3 redesigns that I did, and in terms of how they turned out looking. And so I made his face look a little bit different. I still kept with the large, like, turned up snout, and then I made his horns look a little bit sharper, and for his mouth, I made his snout look a little bit different, made his whole face just a little bit thinner, and my favorite little detail is the little chip that he's got in his in the top of his mouth there. I think that looks really cool, and yeah, I kept with the thin arms and large legs, and I made his wings look a little bit bigger, and I still kept with the kind of tan, large underbelly that Charizard has, and then, you know, made that go all throughout his tail. And I think it looks pretty cool. His legs look more realistic, again, like Mewtwo's did. His arms look a little bit more realistic. One of his hands kind of looks a little bit strange, but I think that's kind of able to be looked over and whatnot. And then the classic flame on the tip of his tail is probably the most recognizable. It's probably the most recognizable part of Pokemon in general, besides Pikachu's electric bolt tail. So I really wanted to make sure that was recognizable and able to be seen pretty well. And yeah, overall, I really think Charizard turned out well, and yeah, enjoy the rest of his time lapse. So it just spontaneously started raining outside. So if you hear any like um, rain droplets hitting the window or anything, yeah, it just started pouring down rain all of a sudden, just out of nowhere. And but anyway, Pikachu was the last one, of course. He's the Pokemon. He's the person. He's the one you think of when you hear the word Pokemon. And so I wanted to put him in there, and despite him being the smallest one, I really struggled with him the most because, you know, unlike Mewtwo and Charizard, he's actually supposed to have fur, and getting that fur texture in there and still making him look like kind of recognizable and in a decent pose was really challenging. I didn't expect it to be as hard as it was, but it was pretty difficult. But overall, the main thing I struggled with were his eyes. I couldn't get them to look quite right like I wanted them to, but once I got his eyes down, it wasn't really that bad. But his body was kind of strange to do, and making it look realistic was pretty hard. But overall, I think I did the character justice. They definitely did him better in Detective Pikachu, but yeah, I think I did him okay. And yeah, the tail looks pretty cool, and then I did some lightning effects around the rest of him. So yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. So hope you guys like it, and enjoy the rest of Pikachu's time lapse. And it's really pouring out there. But yeah, overall, really pleased with how these three characters turned out, and I hope you guys are too, and I hope the rain is not bothering my audio too much. But yeah, so these three I think turned out really well, and but of course we can't have Pokemon without some color, so give me like 3 seconds. And boom, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. 3 Pokemon, Mewtwo, Charizard, and Pikachu, in full color. I think that looks really cool, especially Charizard with his blue undersides of his wings and the orange everywhere else, and then the tan underbelly. I think that looks awesome. And I didn't really have the right color pink for Mewtwo, but I mean, I think it still looks pretty cool. Like, if you asked me who that was, I'd definitely say it was Mewtwo. And then Pikachu, of course, he's got the simple colors, the red cheeks, the green eyes, yellow fur. Yeah, so these three look really cool, and I'm glad this was my first drawing in this new drawing pad, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. And if you did, please be sure to leave a like on the video, and if you didn't like it, go ahead and leave a dislike, I won't mind. But yeah, that's it for today, and I will see you all in the next video. See ya.